Hello, dear friends. Welcome to this magical moment of learning and sharing. I am your host, Eve. I am reflecting on education. How can we optimally invest our resources towards educating ourselves, educating our children, educating all those people around us? So, what is education? I read somewhere that education is nurturing the development, the unique development of a child, of a person, of an individual, and letting it bloom, right? And a lot of us have gone through the education system where we go to school, we take in all that the teacher says, we cram it to the letter, and we spit it out, right? And I think that's a limited way of education. And I've talked about challenging the systems, challenging our lifestyle designs. And that includes education. I think we can look at education differently, that we can invest in apprenticeship of different tools we that are actually part of our daily living. So there's the education that promotes the intellect. Even though for me I think it has been mostly taking in all that a professor says, all that a teacher says, and then we cram it and give it back to the society. But education can be just to promote the unique development of one's intellect, where you give out challenges or problems and the individual finds solutions, whatever that solution is, of course, for a greater good, right? And I think with that, together with learning through our hands, right? Through carpentry, for example, through pottery, for example. You know, the things that cultures and, you know, people have used to live. Pretty much something like the school of life, where we are taught how to live, you know. It's not just about textbooks. So I am greatly reflecting on how I want to provide the resources for my daughter and myself and the people around us, that we can be self-reliant, that we can be autonomous in doing things, that we do things to promote our intellect, of course. We promote our senses, you know, if it's singing through our tongues, or if it's hearing music, you know, everything that promotes a wholesome living, right? And not to limit ourselves to producing individuals to work in factories, because I think that's what our education system has promoted, right? And I think we can do better than that. We can do better than that system. So I think when we invest in, you know, even just playing, you know, playing with the natural resources, go out, use your physical body to play. That is part of education. And I think we can do a better job with educating ourselves and our children. education. What do you think? What do you think that we can optimize in educating ourselves? More and more, I think of using our natural abilities, using the tools around us to build things. I think it's important that we optimize our human nature into, you know, this subject matter called education. Well, that is my thought. That we increase our physical, our intellect, and our spiritual dimensions towards education. So that is if it's dancing, if it's doing physical movement, if it's using our hands to do carpentry, masonry, or cooking, you know, that is education. We shouldn't limit ourselves to going to a classroom, sitting the whole day, taking in what the teacher is saying. And by the way, the teacher is just repeating something from a textbook syllabus that has been dictated by someone else. Who this person is, I don't know. But we can do more than that. We can do more than just sitting and taking in things from someone else for a long time. Just think about it. How much time we spend in primary school, in secondary school, and the years we spend in university, just to repeat something else that someone has said, which some of it is good. I'm not refuting that. Some of all that is good, but we can do more by teaching ourselves and our children to expand our solutions, to expand our problem solving capacities. Yes? So think about it. Think about what you would do differently about education. Because I think this recent world economic situation that came about with the COVID-19 situation has pushed me to think of how we can become more reliant. We should question all these systems that mold us to go into debt to provide a good living lifestyle, which most of it is not, right? People are working super hard. People hardly have time for their children. People hardly see one another. People have no time to commune with their neighbors, with their friends, right? So that system isn't working. It isn't working. And I think most of this pulls me towards, the art of simple living, where, you know, uh, we concentrate on our efforts to a wholesome individual living, where you're truly whole, but you're also improving your conditions as a human. So challenge the education around you, challenge the system. I think we can do better. I want to investigate more on how we can live better by using all the resources that we have towards education. Education is more than just going to school. It is. I truly believe it. And this reminds me something that, you know, all this possibility is available to us. If we look deep within us, we can find the solutions, right? So until next time, be good to yourself, be good to those around you. Thank you.